Muddling through the dark, you stumble into the path of the white deer. Its beauty strikes you at once. It is something otherworldly, beyond borders, a moon swimming in the void. Human shouts not far away break the spell. The deer's ears prick up. This thing is being hunted. You know a way out of here. As the hunter's cries get louder, you approach the deer carefully, palms outstretched. As you grow close, your features become clearer in the light of the deer's aura. It bolts into the path of an oncoming train. The engines belch black smoke as the ferry churns gray water into froth. A broad-shouldered figure leans out over the rail, eyeing the skyscrapers on the horizon. Nearby, a man and a woman speak in low, urgent voices. He takes her wrist gently. She is weeping softly.
"I wish you didn't have to go,"
she says.
"There's got to be work on some of those buildings going up."
His thumb skates over her pulse point.
"I checked every day for a week. There ain't. I'll be back, though. Got your picture in my wallet, don't I? It's not forever."
Her words are split by a sob.
"Might as well be. Our parents didn't come to New York for this."
She leans against him, the wind tousling her hair. He pulls her to his chest.
"I'm leaving because I gotta go. If there was another way..."
They stand together, close, quiet, in the stiff breeze. The stream is a clear, reflective shade of blue, unusual in this region where bog iron colors the river's brown. Across the way, a goat with great leather wings laps up the water, its sunken red eyes fixed on your every movement. You now notice the unnatural absence of wildlife. No fish swim in the stream. No birds sing in the trees. The winged goat drinks with a forked tongue, only abstractly concerned with your presence. Over the hill, a scorched one-room house lies abandoned, 2 of its 4 walls in ruins. The goat rears up, front hooves curled, and stretches its wings out to their full breadth. The goat opens its mouth and wails, a protracted, shrill sound, indistinguishable from the cry of a human infant. It only begins to stop when you take several steps back. The winged goat doesn't follow. Instead, it lies down inside the burnt house, surrounded by portraits of a large family, glass frames stained brown from smoke. His clothes are expensive, but unkempt. A tailored jacket stretched and warped out of its best fit by long days on the road. His thinning frame weighs down the boxcar next to yours. "You got a light, friend?" You offer a match, which bends and nearly snaps as he scratches it against the pitted iron edge of the boxcar. "Thanks," he mumbles, perching one last cigarette on his lip. "Don't rightly know where I'm going." You notice how deeply wrinkled his clothes are. It's as though a huge hand plucked him from a high society party and crumpled him up like a sheet of paper. "Don't rightly know how I got going, either. They built a railway just past Missy Hudson's estate. Damned racket ruined our soiree. Might have been a few bottles of Armagnac too many when I walked down the tracks to tell them to keep it quiet." He drags on the cigarette, but you never see him exhale. The mailman's uniform is dated and worn. He sits on the edge of the road, head in hands. He looks up as you approach. "Can you help?" "Car clipped me. I think my legs... Well, I'd appreciate it if you could deliver this for me." He holds out a brown envelope. The letter's addressed to a James Gibson Sr., 120 J Street. But the city stymies you. The blocks run straight from I to K. You stop a man for directions, but he shakes his head and laughs. "Someone's playing a joke on you. There's no J Street." "Over here." A woman in a brown coat overheard your question. She steers you down an alley. Someone's chalked a big orange J on one wall. "I thought Clovis was late." "Go left up ahead. Old Man Gibson's the third on the right." As you round the corner, the world changes. J Street is a place out of time, like the city forgot an entire street a century ago and carried on around it, oblivious. Even the noise and bustle of D.C. can't penetrate this little pocket. The man who answers is ancient and stooped. He peers at the letter. "I think it's from my son. I don't see so well anymore. Will you read it to me?" You tear the letter open. It isn't good news. He fights it, but his face crumbles. Tears roll down his cheeks. "It's better to know. I've been waiting a long time for this." His shaking hand takes the letter. "Thank you for telling me." A few wanderers like you are looking for a place to camp.
We heard there's a Leatherman cave nearby.
They tell you. They describe a locally famous vagrant who hiked this area for almost 30 years.
He's dead now, but his caves are the best place to camp at any town.
You and the other wanderers find the cave easily, because someone's lit a fire there. As you approach, you see a silhouette bend over the flames with an odd, creaking sound, like a door swinging in the wind. His coat is crudely stitched from leather plates that squeak against each other.
The Leatherman,
One of the others whispers.
a ghost.
The Leatherman must have heard, but he just stares. His face is corpse still. He's eating, you say, and point out his can of beans.
Je ne suis pas un fantôme,
The Leatherman says, and adds,
idiot. Oh,
bursts your companion.
Canadien?
Soon he and the Leatherman are deep in conversation, and your group has a safe place to rest. You come across a girl picking wild blueberries. She smiles and greets you.
Anin.
She offers you some from her birch bark basket. You reach in the basket for blueberries, but pull out a handful of small, smooth stones, all the colors of the rainbow. The snickering girl runs into the trees as fast and light as a rabbit. The stones tumble from your hand and hit the ground, instantly turning black as the night. Your heart leaps in surprise. How strange.
Sorry, friend, but I gotta ask you not to get no closer unless I can see your hands at all times. Look too clean to be one of us. You don't look like the company sent you, neither. Alright, come and share my fire spell. But don't linger. These hills is full of ears. Don't think just 'cause you can't see no one that you're safe. And I'll give you cornbread. Don't be so sure of me, neither. See anything exciting out there on the road? Mostly I just seen dogs. Well, just seems like wishful thinking to me. Dreaming about the future made me a wanted man. For now, I'll be glad just to get over the county line at dawn. See anything exciting out there on the road? Mostly I just seen dogs. Brings me back. There was a time when me and Big Ben could just enjoy exciting stories like this one. Innocent. Home? I always wanted a little place where I could watch the sky change color, watch the cook fire smoke dance up among the pines. I've been running too long from dogs and guns. Tell me something happy. Wish that the world were good like that, right? Well, maybe it will be. Family. Well, they took my big brother out of school to send him down the mines. He weren't bigger than 10 years old, but 25 cents, right type of handshakes, and off he went to work. He's so big in my memory. He must have been such a small feller, come to think. Got any funny stories? Must have a couple. Come on. Don't try to cheer me up with that lying nonsense. The past? I remember looking between my mama's ankles down the road. Every evening, she'd be whispering. Still don't know if she were counting the workers or praying about them. See anything exciting out there on the road? Mostly I just seen dogs. You'd be popular at mealtime where I'm from. You'd keep a whole crew glued, I bet. Travel? Well, next time you take a train, take a peek on up at its beating heart. It's black breath. That's just what a mining man looks like inside him. Coal dust, smoke, and fire. Morning. I gotta get going. Headed up that way. Won't be specific for my safety and yours. If you want to find me, then do it. Talk again about these things. Coal ain't got no country. No worker neither. Worker ain't Virginian, ain't Christian, white, colored, Irish, Polish, nothing. A worker is a worker. And we all gotta work. If you're one of them, if you think I sound red, you best come out and say so. Get it over with.